Beetroot is one of those ingredients that you either love or don't really know what to do with. But turned into chutney, it becomes something rich, sweet, sharp, earthy, and absolutely perfect with cheese, cold meats, pork pies, and with this weather, it actually makes a salad feel a bit less disappointing. So today we're making a simple, spiced beetroot chutney. Let's get to it. All the ingredients are on screen now, and I'll put the full list in the pinned comment as well, and it's on the website. This is a simple homemade chutney using beetroot, apple, and red onion as the main ingredients. Beetroot is naturally quite earthy, so the apples give sweetness and body, and the red onion brings a savoury chutney base, while the red wine vinegar gives it a sharpness and depth. I'm using cooking apples today because that's what I had to hand, but if you've got something a little sweeter, that would probably work really nicely to balance out the beetroot. And of course, I'm using my favourite kitchen gadget, the mechanical peeler and corer. I honestly could watch this thing all day. Once the apples are peeled and cored, I'm just giving them a quick chop. If they don't soften down quite as much as I want later, I'll introduce them to the trusty masher. If you don't have one of these kitchen gizmos, just peel, core and cube the apples by hand. Then into the pan they go, mainly just so they're out of the way, a bit like my kids when I'm trying to get anything done. Next I'm prepping the onions. I'm slicing these fairly thinly so they cook down evenly and go nice and soft in the chutney. You'll notice I'm doing every ingredient other than the beetroot first, and that's because beetroot makes a mess of absolutely everything, so we'll save that joy for last. And into the pan they go. That is one of the nice things about this recipe, there isn't any really fiddly order, you're not balancing 3 pans or doing anything overly technical, most of it is just getting everything into the pan and letting it slowly cook together. It'll all figure itself out, a bit like life really, except with more vinegar. Next, I'm weighing out the sultanas. Now, raisins would be absolutely fine as well. I just had these left over from the apple and ginger chutney that I made last week, so that's what I'm using. And speaking of ginger, I'm peeling and slicing the fresh ginger with a normal potato peeler. If you cut the ginger into slightly more regular shapes first, it does make it easier to peel. And in with the pan view as well. No skin, obviously, that's off to the compost. Right, we can't put it off any longer, it's time for the beetroot. Some people like to wear gloves for this because beetroot does stain. Personally, I don't find it too bad as long as you wash everything fairly quickly afterwards. I'm using pre-cooked beetroot today, mainly because bizarrely it is all I could get in the shops. I haven't grown any beetroot this year yet because I decided to keep things simple with potatoes, onions and garlic. And there's also some tomatoes and peppers which are currently still hiding from this absolutely mental weather. Are you growing beetroot this year? Let me know down in the comments because I'm tempted to add it. I think I've still got a bit of the growing season left. Because this beetroot is already cooked, my simmering time should be quite a bit shorter. If you're using raw beetroot, expect the chutney to take longer, probably closer to an hour and a half. And just make sure the beetroot is properly tender before you jar it. In my case, a good thing with cooked beetroot is that it's easy to dice and my cooking time will be quicker. The bad thing is, as you can see, it's made my chopping board look like a crime scene. So once that's chopped, get it in the pan and get the board soaking straight away. Now I'm adding the red wine vinegar, that gives the chutney its sharpness and deeper flavour that works really well with beetroot. I'd imagine apple cider vinegar would work nicely too, so if you try that swap, do let me know how it turns out. Then in go the mixed spice, mustard seeds, salt, and finally the light brown sugar. Don't forget to add a like and subscribe, although that step's optional. Put the pan on a low heat and start mixing everything together until the sugar has fully dissolved. You don't want to boil it hard straight away while the sugar is still sitting at the bottom because that's how you end up with burnt sugar and a pan that looks like disappointment. While that's happening, I'm getting my jars ready. These have already been washed and I'm putting them into my sterilising pan and bringing them to the boil. Once they're boiling, I'll give them around 10 minutes at a full boil, then take the pan off the heat and leave the jars sitting in the hot water until I'm ready to fill them. Ideally, use them within an hour and while they're still hot. Now I'm happy the sugar's dissolved, turn the heat up until the chutney just reaches a boil, then bring it back down to a steady simmer. The key with any chutney is patience. You're not trying to aggressively boil it into submission, you're slowly cooking it down until the vinegar mellows, the sugar thickens and the onions soften and everything starts coming together. I'm going to show you this as a time lapse now so you can see how the texture changes as it cooks and you know exactly what to look for. So after all that reducing down, the chutney is ready when it looks thick and glossy, the beetroot is tender, and when you drag a spoon through the pan, it briefly leaves a clear trail before slowly filling back in. You don't want it completely dry because it will thicken a little more as it cools, but you also don't want loads of loose vinegar sloshing around the pan. And that is ready for jarring. Like most chutneys, this will taste good straight away, but it should be even better after a few weeks in the jar. For home use, once properly sealed, I'd be happy storing this somewhere cool and dark for around 6 months. Once opened, keep it in the fridge and use within about 4 weeks. And there we go, homemade spiced beetroot chutney. This is a really simple way to turn beetroot into something useful, long lasting and full of flavour. I'll be leaving this to mature for a few weeks, but even now I can tell you it tastes brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing. It means a lot to the channel. If you're looking for another chutney recipe, I really recommend this one here, or if not, YouTube thinks you'll like this video here. Until next time, keep crafting self-resilience, one skill at a time.